Hi everyone, I'm back and I wanted to actually do a reading this time on a crop circle, and I wanted to see what sort of information we can come to this crop circle. So when I did a reading before, it was just a general reading on like what crop circles could provide for us on information. And when I made this decision, I got a message that a new crop circle has appeared. So I went and I looked it up, and this is the one I found. This one has appeared on June 23rd in 2018. It seems to me the crop circles are starting to appear pretty rapidly. They go from very complex to very simple. This one was pretty simple, but I think it has pretty profound, and it seems to be something that really kind of spoke to me in terms of symbols and, ideas. It's like just invoking my intuition and saying, hey, look, this is what I think, this is what I see, especially when regards to me thinking, hey, if we use tarot to kind of try to determine energy, what can we come up with? So this was the crop circle I am going to read upon. And I was going to read upon like these ones that were earlier, but since this is the newest one, I'm going to start here. I'll probably read these a little bit later. Anyways, so this is the newest crop circle. And I get these pictures from, if you want to see any of the crop circles that are being reported for this year or any years in the past, you could just go to where I go is the cropcircleconnector.com, and you can see these different ones, and they have pictures, like lots and lots of pictures of each of the circles that are reported. So this one showed up in Hackpen Hill in Wiltshire. This is number 2 because there's actually another crop circle that showed up earlier in June that is just in the field adjacent to this one, and I kind of showed this one. So like if you look, so this is the current one, and then here is right over here, that is the one that occurred earlier in June, and this one is actually bigger than this one. Okay, so I figured it would be great to read upon this since it's simplistic. Well, I mean simplistic in design. So well, I wanted to kind of discuss what I see in the circle first before I bring the cards into play. The first thing that I noticed with this particular circle, so you can maybe put it that way, is this pentacle, or call it a coin. So in tarot, this would be the Ace of Pentacles, and it looks really similar to it. So here is here's the Ace of Pentacles in the standard Rider-Smith-Waite deck, the traditional deck. It's a pretty darn close. It's a pretty darn close match. So in the tarot deck, the Ace of Pentacles to me is new beginnings. It's, it's something new. It's the brand new energy. It's a very powerful energy. Something new is created. Something new is formed. New ideas. It's earthly. So it's physical. So, when you're reading for like people, it's, it could be new money, new job. So this one is like new beginnings, new births, new something. So something new is being created with this particular crop circle. When I look at this crop circle, I kind of see an odd thought came to my mind. It's like, this is kind of like an egg. So where is this new energy being created? It's in the earth, and it's like an egg. It's like, this is the symbol of the new energy that is occurring, and it would be like, here's the outside of the egg. This would be the white part of the egg. This would be the yolk. So this is what's going on the inside. So something new is being created. Something new is being born. Something new is happening within Earth. So if you look at the Earth, you could say, something is changing within its core. Something new is being created. Something new is happening. So, so that's kind of how I kind of see that. I see this as a new creation, something new happening. So all the previous circles that have been created so far this year, it seems they all seem to build upon one another to create to create this. So something new is happening. So everything before it has brought it to this point, and now something new is happening. Anyway, so let's go in. So when I look at this crop circle, so you see the star. So the star has 5 points, right? Number 5 is important in, you know, in tarot. You know, 5 definitely denotes active energy. So something active is happening. So the number that comes before 5 is obviously 4, because we all can count. So, but 4 is more of a passive energy. So like the 4 of Swords, we're at rest. The 4 of Cups, you're indecisive. You could be bored. You could be contemplating, but you're not active. You're just thoughtful. 4 in the Pentacles could be, you know, you're hanging on to your money. You're not doing things actively with it. You're hanging on to your things. You're coveting it. You're holding on to it. And number 4 in Wands is more about stopping and enjoying your family. Just stop and enjoy. So 4 is more of a passive element. So when you add an extra element, it kind of charges up the energy and turns a passive thing into an active situation. So when we look at tarot, 5s is things are placed into motion. Things are happening now. So for instance, like 5 of Swords, you are now, something has occurred. It has put you in a fight mode. It's either, you know, you're going to fight, whether you win or lose, you're just going to fight. You're going to win at all costs. This is a fight card. So you're in motion. The 5 of Cups is that whatever you were contemplating, you know, you could have missed something and you lost something of loss. You are now in that motion, that downhill emotional feeling of loss. So 5 of Pentacles is the feeling of being left out and cold. It's like, are you actually being opulent and enjoying your life and forgetting about those who are left out in the cold, or are you the one that's being left out in the cold? But it's an active, you're moving, you gotta do something. The 5 of the 5 of Wands is like something comes in and now you're all in an argument. It's the argumentative card. Are you going to win? They're all kind of on the same ground. They're all arguing about the same things from the different points of view, but they're arguing. So the 5 card is definitely a card that means that whatever was passive is now active. So I'm not saying that there's going to be fights and stuff. I mean, we'll find out when I pull the cards and I'll see what the energy says about it. But that's kind of what I see. So when I'm looking at the 5 star, I see that it's an active energy. So when it goes into the Pentacle situation of like the Ace of Pentacles and you see something new, because there's only one of these stars, or you can call it coins. It's also called coins. It's something new. It's active. There's something new happening. There's something new going on. There's another thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you can see it from here, but there are, and if you go online, you can see it. You have these vortices that creates how these plants are laid down. And if you notice, there's actually a vortice in the center. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vortices that are on each one. And these little dots that you see, those are actually standing. Some of the plants are still standing. So whatever the vortices are is still standing. So when you get a really, I don't even know if I can get it. There's probably better pictures online. So when you look at it, you'll see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the center one. It kind of reminded me of Jupiter when the satellite swung around and it took pictures of the storms that are going on the belly of Saturn, and it looked like a huge hexagonal storm, or maybe it was Saturn. I can't remember. But when they did an X-ray, you could totally see the swirl of the storms and stuff, and it looked just like this. So but what I was drawn to was the fact that the one in the middle, everything is laid flat. And then these 5 points, everything is standing up in the center. So everything around it's laid flat, but it's standing up. So I immediately was thinking, going, well, if this is energy, the center one is where all the energy is going down into the earth. And when you put all this energy down into the earth, some of it's got to come back up. So these 5 points where the stalks are standing would probably be the vortices where instead of the energy going into the earth, it's coming out of the earth. And it's much smaller. They're much smaller vent ports for this energy to go out. So it's kind of this mixing of stuff. So those are just what I saw when I looked at this picture. I can see that. So what I wanted to do now is just kind of see what are the circumstances, and what I'm going to ask the cards is, what are the circumstances? What is the energy surrounding at the moment that this crop circle was made? So that would be the question. It's like, what is the energy surrounding that caused the crop circle to be formed? And what is it going to do? How is it going to help? Or what is the intent? So that's what I wanted to find out. So that's what I was going to read upon. So I'm going to move these crystals because I probably need the space. So that is what I'm thinking. That's what I think I should ask. So if the circles are made of energy, what sort of energy was being placed into the ground? And what is this new energy? If it's a pentacle, what is being created? What's new? So let's ask that question. So what is the energy surrounding the crop circle that's formed? Okay. Okay, let's find out. So we're doing this one is because this will be the center, the signifier, and then this surrounding it is what the energy surrounds it to, how it interacts with this. So, Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, there is definitely some water energy going on here. So emotions, water energy. You have to think of this more as in what is being put in. So when I see the Page of Cups, I see the water. I see things that are moving, that are fluid. It is a new energy, so that would kind of match, because that would match the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new energy that's forming something new, and I would probably say it is. It's not a fighting energy. It is more of a nurturing, because water will it brings life. So whatever being created would probably bring life. So it's also a page is for bringing news, So what is bringing, I'm not sure yet. So here we are. So this is the world. So Earth, bringing a completion to a cycle of some sort. So this one is the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands usually is like standing your ground. This is like a protective energy. This is an active energy. This one is air. For this deck, this is air. So there's something to do with air here. Okay, Two of Cups. So there's some sort of, so we have another cup situation going on. Oh, and new birth. Okay, so we have definitely new energy. This is active, so there's definitely something new going on. So I am wondering, and this has to do with earth, so water and air are pretty big in this one. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some rain when you're dealing with water and air that's going to be nourishing, that's going to create, so so this new thing is going to be regenerative. It's going to bring something that is going to be beneficial to everyone, where people can, enjoy and be nourished. So I think the system that's going on, this is definitely a circle of renewal, and it has to do with earth. This would be like there was a completion of a cycle and a new cycle is beginning. So this is the protective stance, this is defending, this is watching, but this is also air. So I still see that. So let me see how it... So I think the energy and the intent behind the circle is for creating something new, creating something nourishing, something that is beneficial to the whole, and it's beneficial to the planet. So how will it affect? So the energy is how will it affect the physical earth? Well, it should be pretty good. It seems like a very positive event. I'm not going to look at symbols to see if I can predict events. These crop circles. I'm just more interested in how it's helping Earth, because I really feel like I have a strong feeling that these circles are created for how to help Earth. And yes, there's messages in there for humans, because you know what? Any message that's placed by something we fully don't understand, it's very multi-layered. So it could definitely be it could be, trying to foretell of an event, but I kind of just feel like they're more active, like more current. It's like, this is what's needed. This is what they create. This is what they place on the ground. This is the energy that goes with it. So let's see. How is it going to affect? I'm just going to do something smaller here. Okay. How is it going to affect the earth? Oh, see, there's a lot of water, because now it's the Knight of Cups. So a lot of water, it's like good bringing. It's very nurturing. It's very, really nurturing, life-giving. Page of Pentacles, that new beginning in the actual active stage. It's more like we have learned lessons and now we're active. Okay, this is the active. This is that Five of Wands. So that means the energy is active. When I last read Five of Wands for when it comes to Earth, I see this as like the four elements, right? And the fifth element is added to create activity. So even though these guys don't look like they're arguing, but this little argument, it's more of, if you look at it, more of like energy, the atoms and stuff, it's like you put in an additional element and everything gets active and starts moving around. So this is active energy. And justice. So balance. So this is balancing. So this is a balance force. So whatever new is going to balance out whatever the earth needs. We spend an awful lot of time not paying attention to how much we take from the earth. So we need to learn to give back so that there's a balance there. And this keeps telling me that, twice now we keep coming up with all these cups. We're dealing with a cycle of water, because this is a water sign. So I would see rain. It doesn't feel like aggressive like hurricanes or cyclones. It's just life-giving. Everybody is, in the previous one, It's everybody's drinking the cups, everybody's celebrating, everybody's good. So it's nourishing. So whatever is going to be happening at this point in time, the energy is going in, it's creating something new that becomes nourishing. And it's coming from the center of the earth, because all the energy that's being placed into the earth lately is going down deep into the earth, causing change, causing some very noticeable changes within the earth. And then now that this new energy is bringing in a new energy, like more nourishing, it's not so aggressive and violent and stuff. I say this because I noticed that not too long ago, maybe a week ago, another crop circle showed up in Russia. And when you see this crop circle, and I'll do a reading on it, I really had an impression that that particular crop circle looked like scales. I mean, it's like two scales, and I saw balance. So I feel like that everything is, all the energy that's being pushed into the earth is trying to create a balance, because everything was out of balance. The energy being put into the earth is trying to balance it out, and this kind of shows that. So I really hope so. I hope to see that things kind of calm down. When you see the earth, you start seeing nourishing. I think we just need to keep listening and keep taking care and learn to take care of her, because she will sustain us. So I don't know. I think the cards definitely agree that this, I think, is a new beginning. We're in a new stage. There's a new stage happening. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, if you liked it, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. So, until next time, until there's a new one, hopefully I can go back and do some past video or some readings on the previous crop circles, but I kind of feel like they're going to start coming pretty rapidly. So stay tuned. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.